We love the winter here on the homestead because it's our chance to sit down, reflect, and plan for the new year. And on our homestead, a big part of our income and what we do as a family is hatching, raising, and selling chicks and chickens. So today we're going to show you a little bit of that process and how we incubate chicks.
I have a new incubator to test out. This is called the Sailnovo digital incubator with humidity display. It looks very similar to the Nurture Right 360. If you've seen my other video, you know I don't really care for that incubator. I've never had good success. That's just me. But this one was sent to us to try out. So I've got some eggs to hatch to get ready for next year. So I figured we'd go ahead and give it a try and hatch out some eggs. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up. This is my first time seeing it. So it comes in this nice styrofoam case, which if it's like the other one I have, you can use it to help kind of keep it insulated if you're in a room that doesn't get warm or doesn't stay warm. So kind of nice that way. And that's one thing I think the Nurture Right needed. So take it out. Spray bottle power cord. The covers for the A and B slots, which is very nice. So very similar shape and design. To the Nurture Right 360. So nice, I like it as far as that's concerned. Go ahead and plug it in. Going. So I think I will keep the cover on just because this room gets a little colder. Means it's going to want to sit this way. See how it heats up. So in order to have the cord on with that, you have to use this, which is kind of silly. Fix that. Give it a go. So there it is. We're going to let it preheat and get it set up and see how it goes. All right, so it's been sitting for about an hour, so I'm going to go ahead and load the eggs in there. It's always a good idea to let your incubator sit for about 24 hours just to let them settle. But I wanted to get this one going, so I've let it sit for an hour, made sure everything's where it should be, temperature not fluctuating, humidity staying about where it should be. So I'm going to go ahead and load this up. In this incubator, I'm actually going to end up putting in some black sex link eggs, some ones that I actually made on my own. I'm going to go ahead and put those in here. I don't need a ton, so I think I'll probably just put in about 10. We should end up with about 50% male, 50% female in all likelihood. So go ahead and do that. See how they work in these trays. Get two more here. Okay, put the lid back on. And this guy back on. Turn it back on and we'll give it a test and make sure everything's working. To rotate again just to make sure. And it looks like we should be good. So this incubator, very similar to the Nurture Right 360. It has your temperature, your humidity, your hatching day countdown. So I'm excited to see how this works. I do like this, having the styrofoam cover over the top of it. I think that will help out in my situation. That's one thing that I think I've always had problems with, is losing temperature and losing humidity. And I think that these styrofoam covers will really help out. So we'll see how the hatch rate goes. I put in 10 eggs, so hopefully we get a good hatch rate out of them. Hoping for half and half males and females, and we'll check in with you. So stay tuned. All right, so here we are, day 8. Want to give an update. Should have done a day 7, but got busy. So day 8, we're going to go ahead and candle using the candler that's on board. I'll go ahead and turn it on and grab out our first egg. Tough to tell with the candler. This one may have given up. I'm not 100% sure. It kind of looks like it gave up. So let's take a look. I'm going to bring out the flashlight that I generally use. If we can get any better here. Yeah, it kind of looks like that one gave up. You can tell, but it looks like pretty much gave up. I mean, there's some veining going on in there, but I don't know, maybe it's still viable. Veins look kind of good, so I'm going to put it back in there. We'll check another one. Two. So you can tell the onboard candler is not very good, but this one is actually a really good one. That one's pretty strong. There you go. Okay. That one looks good. These are kind of darker eggs though too. There you go. Another good one. That's good growth inside there. So the alarm works, so that's good news. That one looks good. And I'll finish them out. All right, so here we are, just a little after day 14, 6 days left to go. So open it up and see how we're doing. Still doing really well. That one. Another really good one. One might have given up, actually. We can see any movement. I don't see any movement in that one. Put around. Yeah, that one looks like it gave up, unfortunately. Bummer. Another really good one. And there you have it. So we only lost one, which was, I think, the one that I thought I lost the last time. 21. Day 18. Time to go ahead and remove the turner. So I'm going to now I'm not going to unplug it because then it will start the countdown again. So just going to open it up. Let it rest there. I'm going to pull all of the eggs out. And then we'll also candle them prior to putting them back in to see how we're doing. So it just pops out like that. Super simple. And I learned a trick. You can actually silence the alarm just by pressing the light button and you're silenced. So you're good there. So go ahead and shut the lights off and we'll candle the eggs that we have. See what we got going on. Candle. There we go. See the movement in there. Put it in. Okay. Good one. Movement in there. Yeah. Really good one. You can see it moving around in there. One egg the entire time, if I'm not mistaken, but I'll have to go back and double check. Set this back on there. You can go ahead and fill up B, but it's been right around 70 degrees or 70% humidity. So I'm just going to put water in A and just let it keep going where it was. And like I said, I think it was about 70% humidity. So no need to go ahead and add anything at this point. If I did, it'd be a little bit too much humidity. So we'll check back again on day 21. All right, here we are, day 22. So this is the morning of day 22. And let's take a look at the hatch. So these were sex links. Once again, mixed. It's a Rhode Island red rooster crossed to a barred rock female. So in order for you to figure out what sex they are, it's going to be based on their color specifically. So let's go ahead and open it up and I'll show you the difference. There's actually one Rhode Island red in here that I put from one of my other incubators because it was getting cramped into the other one. So I can grab one. There we go. So this one here is going to be a male, and it's based on the color of the head. So it's got the white spot on the head, so that's a male. Grab the female. There we go. And this one, difference is no white spot, white spot. So this one is the female. So one of each so far. Another female and a male. Here's the Rhode Island red. Here's the Rhode Island red. So this one, Obviously, we don't know what it is, but there she is, he or she. What else we got here? Looks like 2 more males. And finally, the last one that is hatched. It's another female. So out of our hatch that we did, we got 4 males and 3 females. There's still 2 eggs left unhatched, but we're a day over the hatching timeline now. Looks like neither one of these are going to hatch, but you never know. So we'll let them sit. We'll let them sit for 1 more day just to see if they do hatch. So there you are.
Now that the chicks have hatched, it's time to move them out to the brooder box. Our brooder box is in our barn, and as you can see, it is a cold winter right now. So we are moving these chicks into a brooder box that is nice and warm inside of our barn. We have a heat lamp that provides a lot of heat, as well as the opposite side of the brooder box doesn't have the heat lamp so that they can kind of escape that heat if they need. Now, if you don't have a heat lamp or you're worried about fires, you can always get like a heat mat. There's lots of different options out there for raising chicks. Our chicks, we make sure we leave them in the incubator for at least 24 hours after they hatch so that their feathers are completely dry. You don't want a wet chick. You want their feathers to be nice and fluffy and before you put them into your brooder box. And then make sure you have lots of water, lots of feed, and lots of warmth for them because their feathers are not fully developed and they don't have enough to keep them warm, especially during those cold winter months. But in several weeks, they'll have enough feathers that they can acclimate to the weather and can be moved out into a regular coop. We love that we are able to raise our own hens and roosters, so we have fertilized eggs each year that we can hatch ourselves. That's not everyone's reality. You can purchase fertilized eggs online. We actually sell our fertilized eggs on eBay, but a lot of hatcheries have them online or in person as well. We hope that this video about incubating chicks was informative. Please let us know if you have questions, and we'll see you in the next video.